second part to the tutorial that I was doing in the workshop. So hopefully you can now learn some of the things that I had initially planned to show you guys and turn these lo-fi wireframes into something that is more hi-fi. So the first thing we're going to want to do, let's go back to our workspace, is we're going to want to zoom out a little bit. Once again, you press Command or Control and zoom out. And then what I like to do is select everything. Make sure the entire panel is selected, so entire frame, and then press Option, and we're going to drag this down here. Let's name this 551, and let's get started. So you can see that we have a nice bar up here with the phone bar that we have at the top, the toolbar, and a nice gradient background. So let's get to doing that. The bar is really simple. I think you can do it yourself too, as far as we've learned. Create the bar right here, and you can fill it with white. And then I'm going to have to ask you to go to the instruction packet, and we have some icon packs here. So open these up in a new tab, and we can use these icons to put onto our top bar. Until those are loading, let's go forward and learn how to do the gradient. So seems to be a bit of a lag. So let's go to hi-fi 1, and let's go to color of the frame and fill. And here you have options. So instead of solid, let's go to a linear gradation. And here you can see the top is represented here, and the bottom is represented here by this transparent color. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to change the bottom color here to our cream color. So let's use the color picker and pick cream, and the top color here, and we're going to choose our green color. So let's go back to the presentation set and the branding. Let's see, the green is 95E266. So we'll go back here and you can use the hex code 95E266. Enter. There you've got your green. What you can also do is you can move around how far you want the gradient to be. So I'm going to put the gradient about there, kind of like 1/5 of the way from the circle, the top of the circle, and that's going to be our gradient. Now for the logo, what I'm going to do, delete this. I created the big L, and I liked it in a bigger way, so let me show you how to do that. So you go here to the main menu, and then you want to go to File, Place Image. You can go to your file where you have your pictures and locate the logo. And then it asks you where you want to place it, so you can place it anywhere you like. So I'm going to place it here on the back. It's a pretty big image. I wanted to make sure it was big so that we could use it appropriately. And initially, I had placed the logo here in the center, but I thought it looked quite sad. So I decided to make it look more dynamic by, firstly, I'm going to crop this. So to do that, you can double click on the image, and then you can go here and go to crop, and allow you to crop the image to the desired size, like this. And then enter, and there's your cropped image. I'm pressing shift here. I'm just opening this up to as big as I want it, but I don't want this to sit in front, so I gotta go back here into the layers, and I'm gonna put this at the very bottom of this frame. I'm just gonna adjust it a little bit. I kind of like how it's spilling under the username tab, so I'm gonna leave it like this. And for these rectangles, I would prefer that there be no stroke. So I'm going to take the stroke away. I think that looks a lot more professional. And I'm also going to increase the corner radius to make it round up. There we go. I like the look of this, looking a lot more professional already. I'm going to do something similar here. So I think I'm going to turn this, first of all, fill it with a green color. So here I can just pick the green. And I'm also going to increase the corner radius. And I want to change the font. So I'm going to double click onto this, select the font, and let's try something different. Let's try, so we have our two fonts, Railway and Photo. Let's try Railway. It's already looking a little bit more sleek. Open this up a little bit more. I think I like the look of that, so I've changed it to Railway. Let's go back and look at our icons. This is the second pack of icons, and here you can see the connectivity and status icons. I'm going to just put two of them into my interface. So it's really simple. All you have to do is click on the icon, Control C or Command C to just copy, or you could alternatively right click and copy here, and then you go back to your file and then paste here. So here you've got your little icon ready, but as you can see it is a purple color, and if you want to change the color, there's something you can do that's really simple. You just go over it with a rectangle and you fill this rectangle with the desired color. So I want it to be black, so I'm going to make it black. Now I have to select this rectangle and select the logo, so I'm going to press shift and select both of these items. Once you select both, you'll see that a new set of options is opened up here. You want to select this one, which is use as mask, and once you click it, you'll see that the icon has been used as a mask for the black rectangle. It has now turned into a black logo. You can see here. So that's what I want to do with this logo. And now it is also turned into a group. So no matter how you size it, it should look the same. So, okay, so I like the look of that Wi-Fi logo, and now I think we also add a battery logo. So let's go back to the icon. I'm going to select this battery half full, copy it, and go back and paste it right here. And I'm going to do the exact same thing that I have done before. So I'm going to take the rectangle, go over it. By now you must know exactly how to do it. And then I'm going to select this as well as select the icon, and then we're going to just mask it. Boom. I love how quickly and nicely this works, and it also groups it together for you. So let's make sure the sizes are alright and the placement is fine. And I'm going to add some text here to show which sim I'm using, so that would be CMCHQ. Just open this up a bit longer, and I'm going to change the font. So I think I'm going to do Roboto condensed. No, Roboto condensed regular. Yes, that looks better. And I think I'm also going to reduce the size here. Something like this. There we go. So I like the look of the bar now. It looks good. It looks a lot more put together. Let's do the rest. So the next frame, take this, select everything. I'm just going to hold on my Option or Alt key so that I can copy it down. And I'm going to quickly now add everything here there too. So let's have a look and close up all the ones that we aren't using, the lo-fi ones. This is hi-fi 1, and this is the one I think we're working on now. No, close. Hi-fi 1, and this is hi-fi 2. So let's name it as such. Okay, so hi-fi 2, hi-fi 1. Okay, now let's open this up. What we're going to do is we're going to group everything here on this bar. So this rectangle, and so we'll start from the SMCHK all the way down to the rectangle. And this entire thing I want to turn to group selection. So now it should act as a group. I'm going to hold on my Option or Alt key, and then I'm going to just copy this onto this frame here. So now we're going to move this a bit down, just to fit the screen. I'm holding that Option to make sure it's centered, so you can see it's not centered. So I'm going to, it's 23 and 22, so let's make this a little bit wider. Let's see. Okay, now it's equidistant. Cool. Now let's place another image. So you want to place an image of yourself. So once again, I'm going to go here, go to File, go to Place Image, and place image into this box. Yep, that is totally what I look like in real life on a day-to-day basis. And here you've got your image inside. And I'm going to just change these parameters, make it look more realistic. So I'm going to say Mario R21, and then I don't know, anything. Small girl, big road. Something like this. Okay, that's horrible. I would never actually use that, but yeah, you get the gist. Just as a template. I think I might make this a little smaller. And oh, it doesn't seem to be working as one. So let's make this one. So gonna select all of these three, and then gonna do group select. So now it should act like one entity. Great. And I'm gonna constrain it to the right. Okay, perfect. Now with these buttons, I'm gonna press Shift, select all these three buttons. Oh, tricky. Okay, I'm gonna move them down, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give each one of them also a drop shadow. So under effects here, you can add an effect, and you can see it already has drop shadow. And you can change the color, you can change where the drop shadow is actually placed. So if you go here, you can see how far it's placed. You can change that, like for left and right. So I'm going to do, I think I'm going to keep it at 1. And you can even blur the drop shadow. So I think that's kind of cool, how much blur there is. I'll put that at 2. And you can even decide on the height. So I like the look of this. I'm going to leave it there and maybe increase the blur. You can just play around with this. How much you do it doesn't matter. So that's how you kind of edit that. Now the next part is to do logos. So I'm going to teach you how to make a logo out of some simple shapes, an icon I mean, out of some simple shapes yourself. We're going to make a heart. So let's start with the rectangle tool and hold down shift to make a perfect square. So I'm going to make one that's about 27 by 27. And then I'm going to go here under rotation angle, 45-degree rotation, so it sits like a diamond. And the next thing I'm going to do is open up the ellipse tool. You can also press O to do this. And then once again, I'm going to hold down shift, and I'm going to make a perfect circle that is also 27 by 27 in diameter. And I'm going to now, let's zoom in to have a better look. I'm going to now fit this right by the square where it hits the center of the circle. And then I'm going to hold down the Option key, and I'm going to make a copy of this and align it with the other circle. So it should look something like this. That is not fully correct, as you can see here. So we're trying to get it at the center. That looks good. But the idea is yeah, there we go. I think that's good. Yeah. So now we've got our little heart icon, and we can group everything together. Turn this as heart, and select this, and I'm going to fill it with a nice pink color, pink shade like this, and then we can just put it right here on top of the circle and resize it. Holding down shift to resize, centering it. That looks really cute, I think. And you can add more effects as you wish, and complete the rest of the logos using the rest of the icons are using the icon packs. So the ones that I did were, I did a quick chat one with a lightning bolt, and I did X across that one in case you want to reject me. So that is how you place pictures and icons. The work on the screen is pretty easy, just the adding of the logos. So let's do that. Adding of the icons, sorry, I keep calling icons logos. So let's add an X here. So let's go to our icon library. There is some X here. Let's look at the other one. I like the look of this. So we can select an X icon from here. So I'm going to take this one, and I'm just going to right click copy, and I'm going to put it back onto our, paste it right here, and you can see this X here. I'm going to press shift and increase the size and center this inside the circle. Let's zoom in. Center this right here. Cool. Now we'll do the same that we did with the other icon. Let's add a rectangle on top. Let's give it a color. I'm going to give this a red color, maybe a bit darker. Here we go. And then I'm going to select this and the icon and go to make mask, so it turns into a red logo right here. I think I like the look of that. And now let's add another one for the quick chat, the lightning bolt. So let's have a look. Here under phone we have this lightning bolt, so I'm gonna again copy this, go back to our workspace and paste it. Again, it's white, so you can't really see it. Increase the size, and let's add our rectangle on top of it. I'm gonna make this lightning bolt yellow, maybe a little warmer, something like this. And once again, let's move it right under this rectangle, and then let's select rectangle and the icon and mask it, same as we did before. Okay, love the look of this, very cute, the three little lightning bolts. And then let's add the rest of the logos in a similar fashion. So what I did was I just went back to this library and I tried to look for the fully filled ones. So let's create some consistency, and all the logos will be these filled ones. So let's add in messages. Let's add it here. Let's have a look at our reference. Messages are second. So home, messages, explore, and profile. So let's do that. Messages right here in the middle. Let's go to home. Home. Here we go. Shop and e-commerce home. Let's copy here. Let's paste it onto here. Press shift and increase the size and center it accordingly. Here we go. So home, messages. Now let's do an explore. So for explore, the iconography I wanted to use was one of a. So let's take this one again. You want to right click copy, and then you want to paste it right here. I'm going to press shift once again to resize without changing the dimensions of the object, and make sure everything is aligned to the center here. And let's add the last one, which is going to be profile. So let's go back to our icon pack. Let's have a look here under user and character. I like the look of this filled in profile. I think it suits the other icons that we have. So once again, doing the same thing, just going to copy and paste right here. Pressing shift and changing the size so that it matches with the others. So let's do something. Let's make sure they're all 40 by 40. Okay, so let's change the size here. 40 by 40. Let's change the size here. 40. Tab 40. You can use tab to quickly switch between the fields. 40. Oops. Control Z, Control Z. Make sure you're selecting the whole thing instead of just one. And then change this to 40. Let's do 40. Great. And then let's make sure that they're all aligned. So this one, the one where they're aligned, let's tidy up. And then let's align horizontal centers. No, it should be aligned vertical centers. This one. Here we go. That alignment looks a lot better now. And I'm going to press shift while moving so that it doesn't move the height, and put these in the center of each so they're all spaced evenly, just like that. Okay, now this screen looks a lot more ready to use. I think I might just select everything here and move it down a couple pixels so it fits nicely. Okay, that looks good. And now let's create our third screen. So that is the chat screen. So once again, I'm going to take this, select the whole third lo-fi frame. I'm going to hit your Option or Alt key, and then I'm going to drag this from here to here. And let's name this Hi-Fi Frame 3. So now I'm going to drag this down to the bottom, and let's clean up this place now. Hi-Fi 2, let's close it up. Where's my Hi-Fi 3? Oh, here we go. I'm going to close up everything else. And this is Hi-Fi 3. So strange. Sorry, give me a second. Okay. So this screen. Oh, I don't think it has copied. I think it hasn't copied the. Okay, Hi-Fi 3. This is our phone. Okay. So let's just work on this one now. What I'm gonna do is, I think I might change this font. It's from a border to a railway font, and I'm gonna make this railway bold, and I'm going to increase the size a little bit this way. And of course, we're going to have to add our banner here. So let's select this group. Let's name it Top Banner. And select Top Banner. Let's hold Option key to copy and paste it right here. Now I have your charts. Let us make this smaller, center it, and then let's move it down a little bit, your charts, and let's make it so that it is equally distanced from the top bar and from the next chart. So as we know, we can to look at the measurements, we hold down the Option key and we hold down the nearest item. So it says it's 8 pixels away from this and 9 pixels away from this. So what we're gonna do is let's hold this down and let's move everything down just a little bit, make some space for the title. And now let's move this here. Hold on Option to check 18, 14, 18, 14. Okay. Holding down Option. So now it's 16, 16. So I think that looks good. That looks a lot neater. And now what we're going to do is make sure all of these circles are aligned. We're going to have them on a center align, just like that. Looks a lot better. And we're going to drop in the pictures of all of our frames into this. So same way, I'm going to go back to File, Place Images, and place the images of my friends right into this. So here we go, that's one. And here I can see there's an issue with this circle. It is not placed in the center. So let's place it in the center. And then just do the same for the rest of the images. So taking another image of my friend, placing it in the circle. Doing the same for the next one. And for the next one, I'm going to reuse another picture and show you how to rotate or change the image. what settings there are for changing the image. So I'm going to put it in here, and let's select this image. Go here in the image. You can see you can edit the picture. You can increase the exposure, increase the contrast, maybe make it a bit warmer, increase the highlights or tint. You can like change the shadows, do this kind of image editing right within the app itself. And you can even fit, crop, or use it as a tile. So here, if I fit it, the whole picture is going to try to fit under this, but I don't like the way it looks. I'd like to fill the picture, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to just rotate it for fun. Okay, so I can show you how that looks. And then for the rest of them, what I'm going to do, once again, not aligned here. So make sure everything is aligned in your project and nothing is misaligned. I'm going to go to the internet, and what you can do is you can also straight away copy pictures from the internet. So I'm going to take a picture, I'm going to copy the image, go back to our file, and go to the circle, select it first, and then click paste here, and paste a picture right inside. So I'm going to do this for the last two. Okay, he looks handsome, let's put him in. Copy image, and click on the circle, and paste here. Very simple. So now that I've got all of these, I'm going to put in their names as well. It's an upside down Zara, so let's name her Erez. Let's name her Rhonda and him Sean. Okay, cool. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to show that Zara has just messaged you, and her chat should be highlighted instead of the others. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to change the text, the title text, and make it a little less. Let's make it 60%. Change the transparency of the text here. Let's make it 60 for all the rest of them. You can see that. Enter. 60. Okay. Do that. 60. Enter. And lastly, Sean. The transparency 60. Hit enter. So now you can see that it looks like hers is the one that is coming up. And let's change the font here to be, instead of extra light, let's make it thin. Roboto thin or Roboto regular. Yeah, let's make it regular. Or let's do something. Let's leave it as the same font, which was Roboto extra light. And let's actually change it from this dark gray to black. So then now you can see her message is kind of highlighted, and we're going to add a little notification icon here. So what we're going to do is we're going to add an ellipse. Hold down the shift key so that the ellipse is a circle, and we're going to zoom in here, okay? And I'm going to make a little notification bar right here. I think that's a good size. Let's see what it's struck. Yeah, I think that's a good size. And we're going to make this our lunchtime green color. So let's pick this lunchtime. Oh, never mind, I was not selected. Let's pick the lunchtime green. Let's add it here. And what we're also going to do is we're going to add a stroke in white. So that's going to do, it's going to create a little bump here. It'll look like a little, as if it's indenting into the picture, which I think is so cute. And let's increase the stroke to 2. I think that looks perfect. So zoom out, you have a little notification thing, you have a highlighted chat, and all the other chats are dormant. Let's write, hey, oh, she's not screaming at me, hey, I wonder if you are... Sorry. Let's make it bigger. There we go. And now the last thing to do is to change this boring thing into a little bit more fancy looking menu that will look more professional. So let's do this. Let's turn it into our green color, the lunchtime green. And let's also give the edges some rounding. So to do that, we're going to select the rectangle. We're going to go up here into Edit Object. And we're going to select these two nodes. So click on this node, hold down the Shift key, and then carefully click on the next node that you want to change. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go for the rounded edges to fit our theme. So let's do that. And going here onto the screen, press Enter. That should be done. And going here into the screen, I'm going to delete this rectangle and also select these lines and delete them. And then I'm going to group this entire thing and turn it into the menu bar. So this includes these lines, the rectangle, and these different things. So let's do this. Let's select these lines and let's put them up here. And let's have a look. These are all our logos. Make sure that you're grouping the right items. See, we have this lightning bolt here. So let's put the lightning bolt on top here like this. And we have the crosses here. So let's put the cross on top. Oh, this is our message box. Basically, we need to make sure that everything that we want to put together in a group is together. Okay, so here we've got user. I'm going to press command this time. We've got compass, we've got home, we've got message. Let's skip these. We don't want them here. Let's click the lines. And this rectangle. Command. I'm holding down command instead of shift so I can skip over the things that I don't want. And then right click, group selection. So this should now be a group. Perfect. Okay, and so now I'm going to select this group, hold on option and copy it here. And that should be it. Those are your hi-fi screens completed. You can do some more fun things, like for example, if these are the chats or this is your inbox, maybe you want to highlight that you're on the inbox tab. So these are just some extra things you can do. Like for example, I would add a rectangle here and I would turn it into the green color, maybe a little bit darker color, and I would decrease the transparency, something like this, so you can see the indication of which tab you're on. And I'm going to put this rectangle, so let's say that this is the indication tab, and I'll put this behind our group. So this group is group 9, so let's call this the navy bar, and put the indication under the navy bar. Oh, well, okay, I think we'll have to put it inside the navy bar, but under the mail one. So where is message? So right under here. Yeah, there we go. So now you can see there's an indication of which tab you're on. It's kind of subtle. So yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know in order to complete this workshop. But please feel free to be more creative, add some spiciness. But I want to make sure and see that you have the skills to do at least this much: changing transparencies, adding effects, and using the things that you learned in the workshop here in your hands-on project submission. That's about it. Thank you.